Hey, good morning everybody, how are you doing? I am just driving out now to where we are going to go for our long run, and we are tapering for the New York City half, but like I've mentioned previously, I'm still going to keep my pattern of all my running. So this weekend we still have a long run, but it's dropping down to just 8 miles, and we peaked at 12 last weekend. So that's where we are right now. It's pretty rainy out. It's supposed to be somewhat of a mix between rain and snow today. Right now it's just looking like rain, so at least it won't be too slippery or too icy or anything like that, and I'm hopeful that I can get a nice solid 8 miles in. Even though we'll be a little bit wet, we definitely won't be sliding around on the ice just yet like we have in some previous weekends. So let's get out there and get running. Well, the weather's just starting to turn to snow, but I don't anticipate it sticking right now or causing any ice or anything. It's still about 37 degrees, so the early bird gets the worm. We're still gonna be able to get out and do this, get our 8 miles in. And then we've actually got the St. Patrick's Day parade in town a little bit later today. Don't know if it'll cancel because of weather, but we'll see. Maybe that'll be fun, something to check out later. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm definitely loosened up and feeling refreshed after the lot of work that we did last weekend. The 12-mile run combined with the Washington Heights 5K definitely had me feeling stiff a little bit throughout the week. So it feels good to know that the first taper week so far has kind of refreshed and rejuvenated my legs. And we'll have the 8 miles today. I'm sure I'll get a little bit stiff, a little bit fatigued. We have one more workout tomorrow as well. Just 3 miles at our half marathon pace. But then next week is even harder of a taper where the mileage goes down. Everything's going to be a little bit easier again. So I think I'll be really fresh and feeling very solid going into race day next Sunday. That's a good sign. So there's something that I think would be really kind of neat for my channel, and in order to do it, we're almost there. I think I'm just under 450 subscribers right now as I get hit in the face with snow. And one of the fun things that I could do once I hit 500 subscribers is I have access to like a YouTube community tab where essentially I think I can post different polls and things like that on my channel that would show up in the YouTube feed. So that would allow me to get feedback from all of you on, you know, maybe what kind of shoes you would want to see me test. I had this one idea where as traveling becomes more open, you know, you guys and girls, everybody gets to pick a race for me sometime this summer. You know, like I'll take suggestions or something in the comments of a video at some point, and we'll take some of the best ones, take some of the best races I can find that work for me, and then everyone can vote on where I go to race next. Probably somewhere in the US, but yeah, just fun things like that. So last time I think I asked was on my birthday, but if you want to share one of your favorite videos or just help spread the channel around in some way, that could be really fun when we get to that 500 mark. The snow's starting to build up a little tiny bit, so probably just need to slow down just a tiny bit, make sure I'm stable on my feet and we're not sliding around, but still not bad overall. We beat most of the snow.
All right, so we're back inside. That was a pretty snowy run. It ended up coming down harder than I expected towards the end of the run. You know, about halfway through, it really started turning into large snowflakes, and it wasn't really an issue of traction or anything like that, but it just came down to an issue of, you know, snow hitting me in the face. It was kind of windy. Honestly, I forgot to bring any gloves or anything like that, so my hands were just really kind of frozen. The jacket that I was wearing wasn't really built for snow. It became a little bit unpleasant and a little bit frustrating to be out there running, and honestly it just led to me going faster. So once I got to the halfway point and I started to realize, you know, how fast I was going, I was checking my pace a little bit more frequently. I also started to think about in my head that, you know, tomorrow ultimately I wanted to get out and do 3 miles at my half marathon race pace, which will probably be somewhere around like an 8:30 per mile. And if, you know, the weather continues to get colder, you know, there's a lot of snow really still coming down throughout the whole day, so it hasn't been a wintry mix. It's been, you know, full winter snowfall. If it freezes overnight, it's just going to get into that situation where I may not be able to do a faster session again, like it's happened in the weeks past with the snow and ice and everything. So the last 3 miles, I kind of dropped into the range of what would be my half marathon pace, just keeping the legs awake, getting them moving, keeping them in the routine that they've been in for the last few weeks now. And I think that was kind of accomplished today, just in case we have to go a little bit slower tomorrow and it turns into more of a slow 3 mile run. So with that said, let me give you the paces. The overall pace for today was at 9:05 per mile. So definitely a little more up-tempo than usual for my long runs. But with that said, my average heart rate was around 146 beats per minute. So my body's definitely kind of peaking, I think, at the right time. Everything's settling in. My legs felt good, like I had mentioned. They kind of rested up. So I'm looking forward to them now resting again from today as we go into the next week. You know, it should be fine and easy with a very low mileage this coming week. It's only an 8-mile long run today. I think I'm in a good spot to really kind of now, you know, rest into next Sunday. As far as the by mile pace, you know, again, it was really just a solid, steady progression. It went from 9:47 per mile down all the way to 8:12 per mile. It was very comfortable, you know, very controlled, I guess is the word that I would say, but also, again, it let my legs pick up some pace and really take it to another level, you know, 1 week before the race. So thanks for watching, everybody. Give me a thumbs up if you made it this far. Like I mentioned before, it'd be great if we could get some subscribers up to 500. That way we can go out and do some of those things in the community poll. And other than that, I just hope to see you guys in the next video.